Like the third time I try to do this video, I guess. At least I'm still allowed to do it. But sorry for being a little negative there, because I was just like the third time and they keep cutting me off. But what if Joe Biden wins? Have you asked yourself that? What if Joe Biden wins? Before the pandemic, I wasn't excited about the elections. I wasn't even thinking about it. I was like, whatever. I'm like, it is what it is. And then I'm like, you know what? Joe Biden might win. He might. And then the pandemic happened. And then the media just started going after Trump. And I'm like, damn, Biden could win. Wow. And you know why? Because I did not hear him talk. I thought about this as a normal person. I wasn't a fan of Trump. I keep saying it because I want to be like a normal person. How a normal voter or normal average Joe, not a fanatical, because the Trump fanatic, he can do no wrong. That's not how you. If you want a thermometer, you're not gonna take a hot thermometer into the desert to see how hot it is. You take a lukewarm, medium thermometer to really gauge the temperature of where you want to be. So I was just hearing Joe Biden talk. How can anybody vote for that? You can hate Trump all you want, but how can you vote for Joe Biden? Yesterday, I sat down and watched the Kamala speech, the Trump speech, and a Joe Biden speech. Joe Biden, the guy's like, if you vote for the Trump guy, he's gonna be the troops. What? We're gonna be 9/11. That's how he talks. How can you vote for that? Listen, you can hate Trump, but how can you vote for a guy who can't even talk? Let's go to the troops. I don't like the guy with the COVID. Sounds like Bill Cosby, like a white Bill Cosby. Women in the pudding and the jello and the mama. He's like an old man. That's what you. How can you vote for that? And Kamala, her laugh, her fakeness, disingenuous. She's worse than Hillary. Oh, are you gonna protect the children of America? I listen to hip hop. That's her answer to everything. How are you gonna protect the Obama health care for all? Well, the Trump administration wants to take that away, and I listen to hip hop. That's what she does. How can you honestly vote for those people? How? Man, write Kanye West in, write somebody else's name, but how can you honestly, after tomorrow, vote for somebody like Joe Biden and Kamala and feel good about yourself? Listen, I seen them with my eyes. They walk around with the "I voted" sticker on them. They're proud they voted for Biden. There's people out there, they put on the "I voted" stickers to say, "Hey, I voted for Biden." Because you have liberal neighborhoods, right? They walk around with their lattes. I kid you not, they really do walk around with their lattes. Those pink, purple hair, white, chubby girls that be yelling at the cops at Black Lives Matter protests. Those are the same ones walking around in the morning with the soy lattes and their "I voted" sticker. They put it on their face. They put it on their mask. I seen this. Is like, I vote. Like, shut up. Who cares if you voted? Good, you voted. Now voting is like a team. Like with the polls, right? I was talking to my friend here in Pennsylvania, and here in Pennsylvania, it matters. The vote matters. It's a swing state. The vote matters. I told my friend, why are you not voting tomorrow? I'll drive you. Come on, man. I'm gonna drive you to. We're gonna vote. I'm gonna take you to vote. Man, I don't care for the elections, man. And then we were talking about the polls. He's a normal guy. That's why I love talking to normal people because I want to gauge the temperature. So you got to talk to normal people who are not political just to see what they're saying. Ex randos, like, wow, that Biden guy looks crazy. But Trump, man, he hasn't bothered me. You guys just tweet. There's a lot of people that have just gone on with their business and worked and worked and worked and. So you think, like, you ask him, hey, how's your life now after Trump? Like, oh, it's actually better. My life is better as Trump president. That's what I'm basing it on tomorrow when I vote. Man, you know what? My life has turned out better with Trump, and I wouldn't mind another 4 years. That'll be it'll probably take my life to the next level if Trump as president. But Biden winning, he said it's gonna be a dark winter. I don't want to be a part of a dark winter. I want to be a part of a winter wonderland. where Christmas is happening again, where it snows, where you could be with family, shopping, where there's actually stores open to go shopping. Like they're taking all of that away little by little. Little by little, they've been taking all of that away. And now it's just a culmination of everything that's been going on. Please give me a thumbs up, ladies and gentlemen, if you're in the chat. Just give me a thumbs up. They've been taking that away little by little, and here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are. We're in the holiday season. Thank you for that thumbs up. We're here in the holiday season 2020. Halloween is over. As of yesterday, the holiday season has begun. Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year. This is supposed to be the most wonderful time of the year. After tomorrow, of course, after the election, let's get that out of the way. It happens every 4 years. Then the most wonderful time of the year. Call of Duty comes out next week. Christmas, holiday season, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, whatever comes out next week. Xbox. It's the most wonderful time of the year. But what if Joe Biden wins? You gotta ask yourself that. What if he wins? What if? What if? I doubt it, but he could. I honestly doubt that he wins, but, see a big ass but. These guys are gonna cheat. And if Trump wins, they're gonna say that Trump cheated. It's gonna be a mess. It's already, you can see it on the walls. It's not gonna be a landslide. It's gonna be, that's what makes me nervous because I don't know what's gonna happen. Like in 2016 was excitement. I was out there, woo, Trump, yeah, we're gonna win, yeah. Felt confident because we were gonna win because the evil Hillary. But now it's like I don't know, but I don't know because if it was normal, people wouldn't be voting for Biden or Kamala. They would see the laptop, the way he speaks. The media has been covering that up. They don't talk about that stuff. If it wasn't for YouTube, I would have not known none of half this stuff. The guy, the gaffes. I watched the Joe Biden speech. I tried. I gave him a chance. I'm like, yesterday, I was an undecided voter. I was like, all right, I don't know who I'm gonna vote for. Negro, hell yeah. Negro major, yeah, he is. He still probably won't even vote. Rage, I feel you. I know it's confusing. Listen, I'm voting Trump. I'm not ashamed. I'm actually excited now because you know why? People ask me who you vote. I say Trump. Even before they finish it, I say Trump because you know why? I could defend that stance. I could defend the fact that I'm voting for Trump. Really? You're gonna vote for that? You're gonna vote for a guy who can't even speak? And you know when Trump is funny because yesterday he was like, "Oh, the old guy Biden with the aviator." So then I'm watching a Biden speech and he has a stupid aviator on. So I started laughing. See, Trump has that that New York in him to make fun of people, diss them, make them feel small. Get him to make fun of people, diss them, make them feel small. When Biden insults Trump, he's just like, "Oh, the big angry president, divide us, evil, dark winter, evil guy." When Trump insults Sleepy Joe with his glasses, it's funny. It resonates. It's like I'm like, and remind myself, wow, I'm voting for a charismatic guy. You know, it is what it is. COVID really messed up Trump, and we could argue it's planned or it happened, whatever. It just happened at the right time on election year. So what can you do? I think he did a great job. I don't. The lockdown sucked, but you see places in Florida, the red states are wide open. I've been watching RV6, that idiot baked Alaska running around as a Trump supporter acting dumb. You had all grifters that used the in the beginning. We did it as an election 2016, fine, but some people just made it a career to use the for Trump name, like for Trump, anything. Oh, I'm protected because I'm for Trump. Like that's what Baked Alaska does when he gets caught by the police. Oh, I made a song about you cops. I love the law enforcement. I'm voting for Trump. How are you gonna vote for Trump if you're traveling around? Unless he did the early voting. I don't know. I can't say about that. But you check out RV6. Same thing with Lauren Southern. She just came out yesterday making a video. Go have a family, Lauren Southern. We don't need you. We did good the past few years without you, Lauren Southern. We don't need you. What, you're gonna be simping again for some other guys giving you money? You have a husband now and a kid, right? Go do that. Of course not, Negro. That's the Democrats have been grifting the black community for many years. Yeah, it's like Little Wayne, right? Little Wayne came out. He said when he was 12 years old, he got shot. Listen to that. He said in an interview. Look it up. And all the black people in the house that he was in ran over him to throw away the drugs and the guns and stuff like that, and left him on the floor shot. A white cop, he said, white as snow. A white cop came, picked him up, and took him to the hospital, and he survived. He said a cop white as snow saved my life, while the N words that were in the same apartment or built house as me stepped all over me just to save themselves when the cops came in. So he said a white cop saved me. So of course, there's good cops and bad cops. You cannot categorize all the cops as being bad. Listen, I don't like cops. Honestly, I don't. I don't like when a cop is behind me when I'm driving. I don't. A cop is supposed to make you feel safe, not feared. But as long as you're doing nothing wrong, all right. Even the idiot baked Alaska gets pulled over, stopped by cops. I gotta give him this. He's the way he speaks. He gets his way out of, with the cops from getting in trouble. But if he acted out crazy, had a knife in his hand, or was high on fentanyl or something, then yeah, he might be shot or something. You got to keep it real, ladies and gentlemen. Keep it real. Major, can you believe me and the P went to the same Trump rally in Vegas in 2018? Just out sitting in the stands behind what standing with the general public. That's a grifter, man. I'm not even gonna get into that grifter over there. That grifter that they use other things and they use their name to make something of yourself. Do something. I don't know, but other than that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited, nervous for the election, but excited. It's like a Super Bowl tomorrow. It's like the big game, Game 7. I don't think it's gonna be like 2016. We're gonna find out who wins tomorrow. I doubt it. Maybe, but I doubt it. Somebody's gonna be crying about the results. So we'll see about that. We'll see about that. But ladies and gentlemen, what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the chat right now. What are your thoughts? Are you voting or you're not? What are you gonna do? Are you excited? Have you thought about the question I just asked? What if Biden wins? Do you even think that question merits to be asked? Do you really think Biden could win? I think so. I hope not. I doubt it. But I'm not gonna say, "Oh hell no, he ain't." He might, and that's what makes me nervous. Rage via criminal justice, Rocket Man. Criminal justice reform is needed, and a complete overhaul of law enforcement is needed. Yeah, getting arrested for having weed or stuff like no, man. That's people are getting arrested for looting in New York, and they get released. I am definitely voting for the rather. I already voted for Trump, but yeah, I'm scared too. God bless, bro. Thank you, Rage. Appreciate it. Joe Biden, the status quo, quid pro Joe over there. He's the typical. Okay, thank you for bringing that up. So I told you guys I heard the Joe Biden speech. As a normal person, when I watched Trump, I was like, I don't like this guy, but he did the YMCA dance. I laughed. He does the jokes. I'm like, wow, this guy is pretty funny. And the cold, like I said yesterday, the one he did in not in Alaska. It looked like he was in Alaska, in Michigan with the snow coming down, the wind, but he braved through. And then at the end, the sun came out. Yesterday, Kamala comes out. The sound is horrible. The music playing is horrible. The background is all cut up. It's about to fall over on her. Ghetto, 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 ghetto. That's the one word I could use. Joe Biden with Obama in Philadelphia. Obama's microphone sucks. Like he's talking, it cuts off. Ghetto. This is what the Democrats give you, ladies and gentlemen. Ghetto. If they can even fix this, the audio, the presentation, how do you think they're gonna control America? Look, they can't even control the Democratic cities. New York, Philadelphia, any place with a basketball team. I kid you not. Look it up in the NBA standings. Every city that has a basketball team sucks. New York sucks. Brooklyn sucks. Philadelphia sucks. Milwaukee sucks. Los Angeles sucks. I'm talking about crime, Democrats. If there's an NBA team, is a Democratic city. Correct me if I'm wrong. Look that up. Toronto is even Democrat, right? Milwaukee, Detroit, all those cities are Democrats. And then the baseball teams are more like traditional American. If Joe Biden wins, Harris will take over, and Joe steps down. Biden has also. Yep, exactly. That's why I'm glad Trump has been saying that Kamala will be taken. Man, Kamala will be taken over by the end of the week. Joe Biden's gonna get COVID. I think they're holding off Joe Biden getting COVID. Joe Biden's probably gonna get COVID in the next. If he wins, he's getting COVID, and it's a good way to get him out. Like, oh, he got COVID. He needs to be hospitalized, and just put him away, and then Kamala takes over. Something's gonna happen. Listen, not to be a conspiracy theorist, but this just came into my thought right now. This is why all of this free speech stuff is getting censored, because I can't have my thoughts. I, Automatically, somebody's gonna say, "Oh, you're a conspiracy theorist." No, it's called doing research, gathering all the information, seeing everything from every side, and then coming up with your own conclusion. It's like when you do math, right? Solve for all equations. I hated that. Ooh, I hated that. Solve for all equations and solve for all factors, something like that. So you would take this big math equation with the parentheses and the times and the percentage, and you gotta simplify it, solve for every x. I don't know what it was called. I hated it. But so really quick, I just thought about this. All right. So let's just say the virus is a pandemic, came from China. China loves Biden. What if, I don't know, China said, "Hey, Biden, we're gonna help you out. We're gonna tank the economy because the economy was doing good. Let's tank it. We're gonna show the world that China is a superpower. We're gonna bring down the United States. Make sure you have everything locked down." Because why do these politicians beg, the Democrats beg to lock the cities down? Why do they beg? That's why I always say, folks, always ask why? Why are they doing this? Why is this so important? Like the census. Why are the Democrats so? Why is it so important for the Democrats to get the census? So they could get more seats in the House, right? Like in New York, Chicago, where it's very populated. You got like 11 million people, so you're gonna need a bunch of representatives. I think that's how this whole thing works. So by them exposing what they really want, that's how you start understanding the way the system works. Like, oh, gerrymandering. Oh, because honestly, I went to college, but the way they taught us this gerrymandering thing was like to help out blacks and Hispanics, and Republicans hate it. I kid you not. This was my last semester in college. I remember gerrymandering. Everything my liberal professor made it seem like politics was against blacks and Hispanics, and the Constitution needs. I, I learned a lot about Roe versus Wade. That's the only things that I know. You see, those are the only things I know from college. Other than that, I don't know. All the stuff, ladies and gentlemen. College. Let me see what comments say. Midgar section. I feel like the justice system doesn't apply to Democrats. They use it as a bait. If you're a minority, they just want your vote. They can't even fix the roads. Yep. Project Section 8. They just keep you enough money for you to buy your food, buy your drugs, buy your liquor, keep watching your TV. It's a vicious cycle. I had friends in high school and grew up. Their parents were on welfare. Now they're on welfare. It becomes like a vicious cycle. Like they just live in the projects and just stay there. The government takes care of them. They get their votes every 4 years. Every year, the same council wins. Democrats always win. That's how they keep a stronghold. That's the Democratic MO. They don't want people to have jobs. They don't want you to own your own store. They don't want that because then you're gonna start realizing, hey, why am I voting for Democrats when all they do is take my money from my job to give it to the people that don't work? All this Medicaid stuff. Like, have you ever seen a skinny poor person in America? Everybody that's on food stamps is fat. Have you? I'm not gonna say everybody. Maybe 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10, maybe, right? Correct me if I'm wrong on that, ladies and gentlemen. Most of the people on food stamps and getting government assistance are fat. Am I right or am I wrong? I don't know. You tell me. But every time I go to Costco or BJ's and that person in front of me is overly obese, I play this game. I'm a psychology major, even though it doesn't mean shit. But I like to study people. I always play a game. I'm like, you see that person right there, fat? I look at their shopping cart, Cheetos, Kool Aid, all a bunch of shitty stuff like bad food, processed, Chef Boyardee, no salads, nothing like meats. Everything is frozen. That person has food stamps. Boom, food stamps. Whips out the benefit card. I knew it. You got somebody healthy, boom, boom, boom. They whip out their Bank of America card, debit. You know, they work hard, they eat healthy, take care of themselves. So you giving these people welfare, they're fat. Then they got to go to the doctor. They got diabetes, heart problems. They got this, and we're all paying for that. So it's like dragging down the country instead of helping people. Hey, get a job. Hey, you want to get welfare? Hey, how about you take a test, IQ test? So if we see that you better, we'll help you pay for your apartment. But then after a while, you're gonna have to pay for yourself. Get your own job. If not, you gotta go back to the shelter. That's the way they should do it. Like halfway houses, help people, not just give them, help them get to the next level. Like that stimulus check we got earlier, that helped me a lot. That helped me save a lot of money, because I put that in my account. I'm like, damn, that looks good. Then I started putting more money on top of it, and it helped me pay some other bills. And I started putting more. It helped me save money. See, that's a help, not a handout. We don't want handouts. We just want help. Help us get to where we want to be and be left alone. That's what the government should be working on. Well, they're not because they want us to depend on them. But you have, no, Trump is not a politician, but you have somebody like Trump who talks like that, and that's what sways me to vote for Trump. You know what? I want to be independent. I want to have my house. I want to own my own business. I want to own my own car. I want to own my own lot, my own acre. You want to own your own thing. You want to be left alone, independent, and that's what Trump has. And I'm not saying this as a woo Trump's. I'm saying this for what I've seen. I'm talking as a normal person, ladies and gentlemen, from what I've seen. If you guys go back, I wasn't happy about Trump. I came around. I was won over. Trump is a salesman. He sells. When you go buy something, right, you tell the salesman no. It's that salesman's job to turn that no into a yes. So Trump turned my no into a yes. That's why he's a great salesman. He's a showman. He's an entertainer. So that's how you earn my vote. And I'd rather have Trump to see what happens. Hey, he could help out Israel all he wants, but as long as there's money in our pockets, as long as we're all eating, we all have jobs, then okay, it is what it is. And Trump is a boss. You're not supposed to like your boss, but as long as your boss puts money in your pocket, you should be happy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for giving me 25 minutes of your life. I try to make these videos 5 minutes. Please give me a thumbs up on the way out. Let me read some chats. I agree. I don't want to pay for someone else's poor choices. Yeah. Did you ever hear how Kamala Harris tried to kill civil rights lawsuits against the Sikh? A Sikh man is suing the state of California, being denied his CEO job for refusing to shave his beard. Do an executive. Thank you, Rage fan, Viral. Appreciate it. Do an executive order to ban high fructose corn syrup for a year. Lower obesity. Man, everything has fructose corn syrup. I think even beer had it. That's what was getting us fat. It was like all filler. Thank you, Rage, Rocket Man. Please give me a thumbs up on the way out. But what the hell do I know about the elections? I'm just a legal Latino heat, ladies and gentlemen. If I get another thought, I'll be back on later.